but that really put England on the winning way. Delayed because of rain, play started at 12 o'clock and reduced to 50 overs a side. As for the teams, well, no Graham Gooch. He withdrew with a bad hand. Alex Stewart captained the England side. Richard Blakey came in to keep wicket in his first one-day international, and Dermot Reeve replaced Gladstone Small. JAVED MIANDAD was back in the Pakistan side, and with him the wicketkeeper Moin Khan replaced Rashid Latif, and Navid Anjum came in as the fifth bowler, perhaps to shore up the weakness in the Pakistan side in a previous match at Trent Bridge. John Hampshire and Ken Palmer were the umpires. Pakistan won the toss, decided to bat. Let's join now with the last ball of the second over. Chris Lewis bowls to Ramiz Raja. It's 1 for no wicket, and that single actually a wide. Oh, a great shot from behind, and it's given not out. Arms fly up in the air slip. Ramiz Raja unimpressed, as was John Hampshire, the umpire.
Well, it certainly looks a good delivery. It certainly was. Well, I said there might be a bit in the pitch, that nip back a mile, bounce. Well, if anything at all, it could have hit bat on the inside edge. Certainly all the England players were very confident.
Hale didn't quite get hold of that. Went over mid-wicket, but not by much. That's a good stop. Dermot Reeve at mid-off. Mr. Hale really middled that, and Reeve had to move very sharply. 5 overs bowled, 8 for no wicket. It wasn't good fielding by De Freitas, but at the same time they were taking 2, and they took 2 in the end. Clobbered that. Again, De Freitas short. The long hop is welcome.
Again, making the point that De Freitas is short, and this isn't really the type of pitch you want to be pitching short. Full length, the ball will move, there's a bit of movement in the air, off the pitch, and wants to be getting Sohail to come forward.
Brilliant. Everything there in one-day cricket that makes it special in entertainment value.
Well, it's the desire and commitment from Philip De Freitas here as he follows through. Any viewer or spectator thought that England might not be quite as keyed up after winning the series 3-0 and with 2 matches to go. We saw in that one ball there that England are desperate to win all 5.
Sohail out there is tremendously strong.
Yes, he likes a lot of room, does the left-hander. Graham Dillingworth made that point. And with the slope of the pitch going from left to right, it helps the bowlers push it wide, sort of aiming for a nick towards slips. I think if I was the seam bowlers, I'd be trying to tuck him up around the ribs area, not give him any room. And then when you've tucked him up for a few balls and he's looking to get a run, then slip on wide and well up quickly and get him to drive without his feet. I think you want him driving off the front foot, not short of a length.
beautifully whipped away. That's a class stroke.
Yes, he plays this beautifully. Just tucks it away off the hip, ball not getting too high.
Again, timing the essence of the shot. What's he dealing with? Receipts of close on £700,000 for this match today. Should be out. The captain underneath it takes it. Now Sohail is out, and De Freitas gets a wicket. Perhaps not in the orthodox way, but they all count. Sohail gone, caught by Stewart for 20, and in the 11th over, Pakistan 32 for 1. New batsman Salim Malik, the only Pakistan batsman to make anything of the debacle on Thursday at Trent Bridge.
See, there's the length and line, middle and leg. He tries to whip it round with his whole body. Instead of leg glancing it, he's almost trying to whip that in the air over the top of mid-wicket, and it just lobs up for an easy catch.
Now Ian Botham, first bowling change, and he replaces Chris Lewis.
Well, that was a beauty. This is going up the hill. Watch this go off the pitch. Beautiful line and length. Really was in the corridor outside off stump, where the batsman has to play at that.
Smith, end of the over, first one to Botham, 3 runs from it, and not a bad first over. Another bowling change for England, and Dermot Reeve. It's be interesting to see him perform, because he struggled through the World Cup, came back and was ruled out for 3 weeks for Warwickshire, and when he did come back, hardly bowled. It's only in the last couple of weeks that he's been happier about his bowling fitness.
Not very quick, very modest pace, medium, slow, but he does mix up his deliveries.
There's the away swing, but starting from just too far outside off stump. There is swing there for him. And no movement there, perhaps a touch of bounce.
No, the batsman didn't play it very convincing. It was a ball that didn't seam or swing. But I think in the batsman's mind, what happens is that Ian Botham bowled that beautiful delivery at Salim Malik, that leg break almost, seamed away. And when you get such a good ball bowled at you by a quality bowler like Ian Botham, the batsman's all the time watching for the next one. And it stops them from hitting straightforward deliveries, because they're watching for another leg break.
where Reeve unsettles the batsman. They've scored 5 runs from his first over, stroked him around, and gets batsmen doing things that they then regret. We've got a runner on with Salim Malik having been hit on a toe.
Been a little bit of movement there for all the bowlers. Ian Botham has got that to dart back in. Might just have been a little bit too high. Dermot Reeve is the bowler. And is immediately struck straight down the ground by the one-legged Malik. .4,000 runs now for Salim Malik in limited overs internationals. A terrific performance. Botham might have followed that appeal through. It was very well bowled, but didn't find the outside edge. Could be very close. Botham and Richard Blakey, each of them up there for the LBW. Ramiz Raja survives. This game reduced from 55 overs a side to 50 overs a side. Freitas down at deep third man. And once again, Botham has found the outside edge. And good afternoon, Jeffrey Boycott.
Good afternoon, Richie and everybody. This is about just reward for Ian Botham and Dermot Reeve at the other end. They've just tied down these Pakistan batsmen with some good, intelligent, medium-pace bowling. They've both swung the ball.
Skipper, who has injured his hand. It was bruised in that match I was talking about up at Trent Bridge. Mickey Stewart alongside him. Beaten him out at mid-off, Richard Illingworth. And even on the very wet and slow outfield, it's gone for 4.
Well, Pakistan needed one of these batsmen to try and break the shuttles. The last 2 balls have been excellent shots. They've just been kept pinned down with good field placing, and the bowlers bowl into those fielders. And England have some wonderful outfielders with good arms, quick legs. They get to the ball quickly. And it's just made it very difficult. Salim Malik and Ramiz Raja get some momentum going.
That's a good save. The runner forgot what he was doing out there. And that great piece of fielding and throw from Hick almost had Pakistan in trouble.
Well, this is what I mean about quick legs. He raced across there, did Graham Hick. He's a tall boy, but he's very athletic. He only ran quickly, he got down well for a big man. And then you see the batsman didn't run a third, because on his arm that could be very dangerous indeed.
It really is coming down now. The match referee is on the left of your picture. That's Derek Murray. And in these very damp conditions, with the umpires conferring regularly to see if they should go off the field, the left-arm spinner is coming on. That's a beautiful stroke. First ball from Illingworth, a little short and a little wide. And beautifully dealt with by Salim Malik.
Useful delivery, the end of the over, a good over, 2 runs from it. 26 overs gone, and Pakistan 80 for 1. It's a better shot from Ramiz. Finally gets him to 20. 50 partnership between him and Salim Malik. Good catch, Alex Stewart. Very good catch, and from a Pakistan point of view, they won't mind that. Ramiz Raja's never been in touch at all, and quite rightly going for either a lofted hit, taking the risks, and falling to a fine catch from Stewart to give both them a wicket, and 91 for 2 in the 30th over.
Now, Ramiz Raja, usually a good stroke player, but he's really struggled today. Trying to hit the ball, I think he was trying to hit it over the top. Didn't quite catch it right, and a good catch by Stewart there, going away from him.
New batsman JAVED MIANDAD. And Richard Illingworth doing a similarly a good job. And out, good effort for Blakey. On debut, stumping, he's got his man, and Salim Malik goes. Stumped off the bowling of Illingworth. Good effort from Blakey.
What is impressive is that Richard Illingworth has again turned the ball quite considerably. He did that at Nottingham. He's certainly getting far more body into his bowling now. Getting more sideways on, and he's definitely spinning the ball more than he did early in the season. And that's what he needed to do. It becomes much more of a 3- and 5-day bowl if he can bowl in that manner. As you say, a good stumping there for Richard Blakey. That will give him a bit of confidence. But certainly a much more impressive bowling effort by Richard Illingworth at Nottingham and here at Lord's.
No extravagant turn at all, but enough to get a slightly handicapped Salim Malik. Tentative, back foot dragged. That's all that a keeper wants. New batsman, Inzamam ul Haq. A delightful shot. Now that is the sort of quality of stroke play that Inzamam can turn on.
Absolutely superb. No real flash of the bat, but that ball sped away to the 3rd man boundary. Fielders didn't have a chance.
Another terrific shot. And this young man does cut loose.
Yes, he's obviously a batsman that requires a little bit of room to play the shots. This one is just allowing him that there. Short of a length, width, just in the slot.
Big appeal from Illingworth. Not sure the keeper was that enthusiastic.
Well, left arm round, so you've got to be able to see the ball straighten. Couldn't really see, and also a little nick on it as well.
Says Dermot Reeve. that slower ball quite beautifully, so quick.
Well, fit or unfit, Javed Miandad certainly there, giving pleasure to Pakistani supporters. Slow delivery from Dermot Reeve, and Javed quick, picking it up, going on the back foot, rocking back, also coming onto the front foot first, then hitting it for 4 through mid-wicket.
Well, a bit of inside edge, perhaps. And in fact, it also moved quite a bit off the seam. Just a missed leg stump. Although Reeve does keep himself fairly close into the stumps at the bowler's end. Beautiful stroke. Lovely touch of experience there from JAVED MIANDAD. It wasn't a bad ball from Illingworth, but footwork and placement quite brilliant.
And this is what makes him so different from the rest of the players playing cricket at international level at the moment. Nothing wrong with the delivery. Bowled according to the field. He has got 2 fielders there who are supposed to save that.
Looks as though he got a nick and has walked. Umpire Hampshire didn't have to give him, and Inzamam Ulhaq goes. That's the 4th wicket down. We're in the 40th over, and he's gone for 16, and now 137 for 4.
They have got Wasim Akram to follow, and surely Javed Miandad would certainly like Wasim Akram and the rest of the batsmen to stay with him and try and get at least 200 runs on the board.
Yes, you would look at a score of 200 as minimum. 50 over match, and Wasim Akram capable of ferocious striking. Wonderfully clean hits. Now Madon there didn't have to move more than about 20 yards, but he'd never got the faintest hope of cutting that off.
So what a magnificent shot this one is. Wasim Akram knowing that the boundary is being patrolled, mid-wicket, deep mid-on, and fine leg region.
Well, a misstumping, unless there was an edge on it of any sort, which there wasn't. A bye has been given, and Javed stranded, but a let-off.
Yes, lucky for the Pakistani captain, Blakey making the mistake, and Javed, I'm sure, must be feeling that luck is riding his way.
Leg bye signalled. In these games, towards the end, you must try to get the bat or pad on the ball, every ball.
Yes, and they all count. And Javed realizing that, seeing that the fine leg is much wider, trying to play it finer and getting a pad to it, and obviously getting 4 runs. As I said, they all count, and it helps.
He had a busy morning and a busy afternoon and a busy evening as well. He opened the innings, he came in to run for Salim Malik, and he's on duty again.
But I can tell you, Jack, that in between he also tried to go and have some nets as well.
He's a tremendous strike with the ball. Lovely stroke. Hit with wonderful timing.
Yes, perfect timing there from Wasim Akram.
Yeah, happier dressing room this moment than was the case a little earlier. won't get a wide for that because he started off to go down the leg side. But will he ever get up?
Yes, I think that's absolutely right. In fact, he was first trying to give himself room, and it wasn't really all that wide. And it, in fact, was clever bowling from Chris Lewis.
He managed to establish eye contact with umpire John Hampshire just there. But it did him no good. Wonderful stroke. Nothing wrong with the ball bowled by De Freitas, but Javed latched onto it.
There it is. Javed picking up the right spot and the right ball to play that stroke.
The rain is coming down quite heavily now. It's also fairly dark. Javed is saying he'd rather stay on. Alex Stewart says he'd rather go off. The rain will be making it uncomfortable for both fielders and batsmen and umpires from the way it's sleeting into John Hampshire's face out there. Anyway, you can't win, can you? Rain on the lens of our cameras. Perhaps it's stopped out in the centre because Javed and Wasim certainly have stopped. So the umpires, the stumps will go back in. Been one of those days here at Lord's, I can assure you. Still lots of umbrellas up around the ground. That there's not too much wrong with the light. So it is stood away past long on.
And there it is. Javed again showing what an expert one-day cricketer, as well as we all know how good a batsman he is.
Javed with a back strain and no doubt seizing up a little in the cool weather out there. The aim will be to give Wasim Akram the strike.
Yes, I think Chris Lewis just stopped and paused for a moment before he set off because Javed didn't run for the run because his runner was running for him. But even so, Wasim Akram was very quick there to beat Chris Lewis. A wonderful athlete is Chris Lewis.
And here's De Freitas. Bowling to Wasim Akram. And there goes Wasim Akram. 23 he made. The partnership was valuable for Pakistan, and it was well bowled by De Freitas. Kept his head when he knew Wasim Akram would be going after him.
Yes, it was a perfect delivery by Philip De Freitas, a very thoughtful delivery because he'd seen Wasim Akram trying to slog Chris Lewis. He knew that Wasim Akram would try the same at his bowling. He kept it well pitched up round about leg and middle.
.26 balls for the 23 for Wasim Akram with 2 boundaries. It's not a day for hitting 4s. The outfield was very slow. There was overnight rain, more rain this morning, and there's been rain at different stages through the day. Navadendram is the new batsman coming out to take Wasim Akram's place, and this is why he's on his way.
Yes, Wasim Akram here hitting more towards mid-wicket than straight.
He's got 4 for that. Wasn't quite sure where it was or where it went.
Well, a smile there from batsman and bowler. Slice of luck going the batsman's way, JAVED MIANDAD. But Philip de Freitas bowled the correct delivery right in the block hole. He was trying to get it very straight. It just swung a touch round about leg stump and allowed JAVED to have a slice of luck with the inside edge, and it missed the fine leg, who is up within the circle.
Bowlers have had to dry the ball after every delivery the last 20 overs. I should think Pakistan have set themselves to make 200, set a target just in excess of that figure, and they're right on track to do so. 199 for 5. 3 balls to go. It is very, very dark out there now by cricketing standards. Not the sort of thing you've got to walk around waving a lantern, but light is very poor. Up. 201 for 5. Javed Anjum has 4, and JAVED MIANDAD 48. That's a challenging run rate. Bit of improvisation there. 50 for JAVED MIANDAD. With that quirky little stroke around past square leg. Good performance. Has back problems. Not able to run, but he is able to jig around at the crease. They'll take the single off the last ball. That is the end of the Pakistan innings. That's a good performance from JAVED MIANDAD, the skipper. .204 for 5 in a full 50 overs, the match having been reduced from 55 overs a side. Now the umpires are measuring the light on their meters out there, and if it's anything like this when the England batsmen come out, I would think they would have to offer it to them.
It was the very sluggish start which held back Pakistan, Ramiz Raja particularly bogged down, but Salim Malik with 11 off 1 over from Ian Botham began a bit of a charge. It was carried on by JAVED MIANDAD with a brilliantly inventive 50 not out, and Wasim Akram supported. 204 for 5 off 50 overs. England's bowling was back with superb fielding, and de Freitas, 2 for 39, was excellent. Ian Botham, 1 for 33 off 10, top class. And Dermot Reeve, too, mischievous change of pace, 10 overs, 1 maiden, 1 for 31. And Illingworth got the odd ball to turn. And so England needed 205 runs to win, 50 overs at 4.1 runs per over. Let's join their innings now, the very first ball. Wasim Akram bowls to Ian Botham.
Botham hits it one way and walks the other. What a start. It's got another one. Well, the crowd have had precious little to cheer all day, and there's only about a quarter of them left, but Their patience rewarded in just those 2 strokes. We're laughing, Rosie Macron isn't. 3 in a row.
You think he's trying to win it tonight, Jack?
Got a hand to it.
Well, it was a spectacular shot, a spectacular effort to catch it. Look, he had it in at one stage for a fraction of a second, one-handed diving catch, and it all but stuck.
And given him. Wacker strikes, Alex Stewart is out, and England lose their first wicket. They're 15 for 1 with Captain Stewart LBW to Waqar Younis.
Well, Waqar Younis working up quite a lot of pace. The ball probably pitching just outside, nipping back, hitting him just above the knee roll.
Robin Smith joined Botham, but eventually bad light won the day, and at 7 o'clock it was all over. Time to come back tomorrow. 15 for 1. England need 190 more runs now to win the match. But you may think it's a good time for a song, or at least for some music. We put our season to music, just reflections on some of the events that have given us immense pleasure.
We didn't wear them many years ago. Would have been worthwhile doing it with black and white television.
Well, we needed a spot of humour on which to end this fragmented. It's 19 for 1.